Next we have Coach Lee Zubensky and Coach Bill Kerr. Curley to think about the JV Awards.
Okay, when we're talking about the JV part of the program, I think what we're really talking about is the future. And when you look at the overall record of the program, 15 wins, 2 losses, 1 tie, and divisional champion, I dare say with the 8-1 contribution to JV, the future is pretty secure. And what I'd like to do right now is to recognize each of these people individually and bring them up here. If they'd like to line up right along here, we'll hand out their awards. First is our captain, Jesse Lenny. Second is our other captain, Crispin Warren. Next is Jim Cummings. Peter Lipchenko. Don Owen. Matt Harvey. Matt Stratt. Ben Pettaway. Jeremy Frank. Andy Genung. Martin Buckley. Drew Downing. Mike Bliss. Matt Maynard. Daryl Lee. Matt Conant. Ladies and gentlemen, this is probably the most ragtag group of kids you'll ever want to know in your whole life. We affectionately refer to them as the season went on, thanks to Coach Curley, as the Junkyard Dogs. We had no idea from one game to the next who'd be on the field, whether we'd have enough guys to play, and who'd be playing where. Some guys we had playing 3 and 4 positions. This is an outstanding group of gentlemen. I think the fact that they had this situation and still were able to come away with an 8-1 season is it really shows their commitment to the program and their ability as individuals. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is the future of our program right here. Thank you, JV players. We're looking forward
Varsity makes it a seat. This time I'd like to present the Varsity Awards with John Pluta, Coach Pluta, and Coach Martinson.
I'd like to welcome everybody here tonight and thank everybody for coming. I think that the big numbers in here are a real indication of the season-long support that we've had in our program from parents, the cheerleaders, the booster club, and the entire community. And I think that we as a team owe 3 pride claps for the tremendous show of support and caring that the entire community of Norwich gave us this year. It's a real big reason for our success. Ready? Break. At this time, I'd like to thank all those people listed on the back of our program whose special efforts and sacrifices meant so much to our program. Special thanks to our booster club, who again this year did a lot for us. And I'd personally like to thank President John McNeil for his support, and on behalf of the coaching staff, I'll give him a small token of our appreciation. Mr. McNeil. Dr. Cleveland and Mr. Walters and Mr. Jones, and their commitment to what we're trying to accomplish through our program is a real reason for the success that we're having at this time. A warm thanks at this time to my wife and my daughter, and to all the families of the coaching staff whose wonderful support and caring means so much to us during the course of the season. To our managers, John Ward, and especially to Joey Alger, whose presence at every practice and game meant a lot to us. I'd like Joey to come up here at this time, I'd like to introduce the coaching staff whose hard work and dedication to our program and whose loyalty to the young men that we're honoring tonight means so much to us. Without these coaches, our program would not be where it is today. First of all, Coach Martinson, our defensive coordinator, Coach Sapensky, who is our special teams coordinator, Coach James, who coaches our offensive and defensive lines, Coach Kaufman, who does our defensive backs and our receivers, Coach Curley, who also works with the offense and defensive lines, Moriano, who works with our modified program. I'd like to thank you all for your loyalty and hard work. This year's football team is a team of records, respect, and responsibility. We were the leading offensive team, total offensive team in Section 4 this year. We were second in scoring offense. We set school records in rushing yards, total offense, and points scored. This year was the first ever Section 4 divisional championship and the first football championship of any kind in 21 years in Norwich. We also established a host of individual records. Respect that we gained this year and for this team began with self-respect. This self-respect gain began in the efforts of the off-season, pre-season, and throughout the year. And these young men brought themselves self-respect, gained the respect of the community, and gained the respect of their opponents throughout Section 4. Responsibility. From the first day of practice, when we as a coaching staff challenged these young men, they accepted the responsibility of trying to become champions in Division 3. They worked hard on the field. They looked out for each other off the field. They conducted themselves like gentlemen, and they worked hard to become better students. We had 53 young men in our football program in the JV and varsity levels this year. 50 of them achieved a 10-week average of 70 or above. We had 12 young men on the honor roll, and 7 were on the high honor roll. They took responsibility for themselves, for their actions, and they became champions. It is with great pride that I introduce this year's 1991 Section 4 Divisional 3 champions, the Norwich Purple Tornadoes. I'd like the coaching staff to come up and help me to give the certificates to the underclassmen. Your letters will be distributed later. So the underclassmen, if you come up and start down there, and when you fill out here, go down there, please go out on the other side. First of all, a junior, Pat Tucker. A junior, Steve Natoli. Genung, a junior. Junior, Keenan Benjamin. Junior, Sean Ryan. Sophomore, Ray Bliss. Chris Maynard, a sophomore. Josh Morris, sophomore. Junior, Bill McNeil. Sophomore, Jason James. Sophomore, Pete Burton. Junior, Jason Robitel. Joe Strauss, Jr. Charlie Whiteman, sophomore. Junior, Dave Burdick. Junior and co-captain Tom Stoddard. Junior Dan Jennings. Junior Keith Evans. Sophomore Steve Breen. Junior Jim Scholes. Sophomore Brian Saber. of luck to these young men in their sports in this season in the springtime. Looking forward to working with you all again next year. Thank you for your effort. At this time, we'd like to introduce our seniors, and as part of our continuing tradition, the Booster Club once again has purchased the seniors' home football jerseys to be presented tonight along with their certificates as a gift on behalf of the Booster Club. 1991 seniors. Paul Oberly. Joe Bates. Co-captain Michael Blennan. Chris Rotundo. Bob Scudder. Randy Dunkel. Dan Jenkins. Mike Conklin. Co-captain Jason Morris. Mark Young. Kevin Slater. Joe Law. Matt Gale. Okay, we thank you seniors. It's been great having the opportunity to work with you. Thank you very much. Okay, at this time we'd like to take the time to honor individuals with the various awards that they've received throughout the course of the year. I'd like to start by introducing you to the All-County team, the members of the Norwich team that made All-County this year. And we'd just like you guys to stand while we recognize you at this time. Jason Morris. Sean Ryan. Ray Bliss. Kevin Slater. Peter Burton. Dan Jenkins. Jason James. Steve Breen. Keith Evans. Dan Jennings. Mike Lennon. for Division 3, as voted on by the coaches of the Division 3 teams, you would come up and receive your certificates as I call your name. Division 3 honorable mention, Kevin Slater. Division 3 honorable mention, offensive lineman, Steve Green. Division 3 All-Star at running back, Sean Ryan. Division 3 All-Star at linebacker, Dan Jenkins. Division 3 first team running back, Jason Morris. Division 3 first team defensive end, Ray Bliss. Division 3 first team tight end, Peter Burton. Division 3 first team offensive lineman, Dan Genung. Division 3 first team defensive lineman, Michael Blenna. Division 3 first team defensive lineman, Tom Stoddard. We also had 4 seniors this year that were chosen for the Ernie Davis Senior Classic All-Star Game for the East Squad. We had Mike Lennis, Dan Jenkins, Kevin Slater, Jason Morris, chosen as the running back. We also had, for the first time in Norwich football history, 3 members of our team chosen as All-Metro players. At running back, Jason Morris. As an offensive lineman, Michael Blenna. And as a defensive lineman, Tom Stoddard. We begin our team awards at this time. I'd like to start our team awards off with the Tornado Club as presented by Coach Martinson.
This is the second year for the Tornado Club, which I started last year as a defensive coordinator, as an incentive for the players to work extra hard in the games. And just in review from last year, a player, in order to earn membership on the Tornado Club, needs to spell out the word tornado. And they can receive a letter by doing any of the following: getting an interception, a fumble recovery, a block kick, 3 sacks in a game, 3 tackles behind the line of scrimmage in a game, a defensive score, a shutout, hold our opponents under 99 total yards, 2 knockdowns at the line of scrimmage by a defensive lineman, or 3 breakups by a linebacker, or safety, or halfback. Or they could also get a letter by getting the Purple Hammer, which is awarded to the defensive player who has the hardest hit or the biggest hit in the game. And they carry this hammer with them through school and out on the football field. And it's a way of showing, letting everybody ask them a question, how'd you get the hammer? And then they're recognized for having the best hit in the game. And this will be placed in the showcase at the end of each season. It'll be a tradition that will carry on throughout the years as long as there's no problems in the hallways in the school. Defensively this year, we had a great year. When you look at our offense averaging 35, 36 points a game, we held our opponents to 10.8 points per game. We had 3 shutouts in a row for the first time since 1952. We held 2 of our opponents underneath 100 total yards. That was Ithaca and Genung Forks. We had only allowed 114 yards rushing per game and 73 yards passing per game, holding our opponents underneath 200 yards per game. We recovered 14 fumbles and intercepted 10 passes. Before the championship game, as a staff, we always had the motto that offense wins games and defense wins championships. And in that game, we went out and we held Maynard to 38 yards rushing and 79 yards passing. We had 2 interceptions and 2 fumble recoveries. So, with an explosive offense like we had this year and the type of defense that we had, the combination was very successful, and I think it had a lot to do with our championship. This year we had 12 players who achieved the Tornado Club Award, 2 more than last year. And at this time, I'd like to recognize those 12 players. And last year I said we'd get the plaque, and I got it in September with last year's players' names on here. And this player's names are under Rhett. So there's 12 players on the Tornado Club, and this will be in the showcase in the gym hallway. At this time, I'd like to recognize the 12 players that earned membership in the 1991 Tornado Club. And when I say your name, would you please come up and accept the certificate in recognition of your achievement. Mike Lennon, who played defensive back. Ray Bliss, defensive end. Mike Conklin, defensive end. Keith Evans, defensive tackle. Jason James, linebacker. Dan Jenkins, linebacker. Phil McNeil, defensive halfback. Jason Morris, safety. Josh Morris, safety and defensive halfback. Sean Ryan, linebacker. Tom Stoddard, nose guard. And Pat Tucker, defensive halfback. Great job, man.
At this time, we'd like to present the individual awards decided on by the members of the coaching staff. Our outstanding first trophy is our outstanding back, and I'd like Coach Sapensky to come up and present the outstanding back award. And outstanding back award this year goes to a young man who established a school record for extra points. He threw 8 touchdown passes this year. He was the on-the-field leader of the #1 offense in Section 4, a real competitor and tough kid, Kevin Slater. I'd like Coach James to come up at this time to present the Outstanding Lineman Award. Outstanding Lineman Award this year goes to a young man who was a 3rd-year starter in our program. He's a two-way starter this past year. He was selected to the All-County team, first team All-Division III, and the All-Metro team. He's the best nose guard in Section 4, Tom Stoddard. I'd like Coach Martinson to come up and present the Most Improved Player Award. This young man worked hard in the weight room all off-season. He worked hard to improve his grades. He was the anchor of the best offensive line in Section 4. He was selected as an all-county player, all-Division III first-team offensive lineman. He's a young man with a lot to be proud of, Dan Genung. I'd like Coach Kaufman to come up and present the Most Dedicated Team Player Award. This award goes to a young man who was not often recognized but played a key role in our success this season. He had enough faith in himself as a player and in our program to understand his importance. He was our varsity scout team leader, the leader of our championship junior varsity team, an outstanding player and a very unselfish young man, Chris Maynard. Thank you, gentlemen, and congratulations. Our last two awards is this year, our Most Valuable Player Awards. It's the first time we've ever presented co-MVP awards. And it's unfair that I have to get up here and do this because this is a very emotional time. Norwich football wouldn't be Norwich football without them. They're outstanding leaders on and off the field. They're men of great character and integrity, and they're what the pride of the Tornado is all about. First young man led Section 4 in rushing with a school record 1,389 yards on 117 carries for an outstanding 11.9 yards per carry average. He caught 8 passes for 166 yards and a 20.8 yard average and scored a school record 19 touchdowns. He was all-county, first team all-league, and all-metro selection, and a captain of our football team. He's a truly fine football player and young man, Jason Morris. Varsity starter. He's a 3-time All-County selection, 2-time All-League selection, and was a 1991 All-Metro offensive lineman. He has started in and played in a school record 37 varsity football games. He has been a 2-year captain of our football team and has been a great example of leadership and work ethic. Michael Blemon. At this time, we'd like to announce the 1992 football captains voted on by members of this year's JV and varsity football teams. These young men have a great responsibility to our program. We'll be talking with them very shortly. They will be expected to be the leaders of the Purple Tornado in the future. Elected to captains for next year's team by their teammates. For the second year, Tom Stoddard. Sean Ryan. And Keenan Benjamin. Upcoming year. Now the best one of all, and I'd like the three captains of this year's team to come up to accept this on behalf of the entire team. Make sure that your folks have cameras with them, that you all get an opportunity to have a picture taken with this. I'd like at this time to present the Section 4 Division 3 Championship plaque to the Norwich Purple Tornado.
Okay, all right. Now, I might want to start. I just want to mention the fact that the young men and the fellows with the trucks that helped us this afternoon, we're going to need you back here after all the change. Come back and we've got some tables and chairs to move. Okay? All of you, we know who you are. And I want to thank everybody that I have forgotten to thank. And there's so many people out here that help us. And as you can see, we're division champs. It took a lot of people to do this. A lot of support to our young boys. They sure did a good job for us. Right now, I'd like to present the tri-captains. I think they have gifts for our coaches.
First of all, thank everyone for coming. It doesn't really, it starts with the community first. I mean, we get great support from the community, and it shows off on the field, on and off. I'd like to thank all the coaches' wives for all they have to put up with when they go home. Bad practices. It really starts, with them helping out the coaches too. The coaches kind of get cranky once in a while.
Quite a bit, I can believe.
We'd like to thank the Booster Club for a great job they did this year. They did so much to raise money for us this year. We'd like to thank the radio station for the fine job they did supporting us. And we'd like to thank the community in general. We'd like to start off with our present for first one goes to Coach Curley for the great job he's done with the
scouting report for us. Great job he's done with the JV, and fine player coach.
Break down.
Next gift we'd like to get out is to Mr. Spensky. He did a fine job with the special teams. It's I don't know exact statistics, but I know we ranked very high in the special teams department, and we'd also like to thank Coach Spensky for the great job of the JV team. This goes to two managers, John Ward and Joey Eldridge, for the great job they've done all year. Next award go out to Mr. James for the terrific job with the offense and defensive linemen. That's where the games won is on the line. And Mr. James did a heck of a job. He's a great coach on the field and just a great friend off the field. Next one goes to Mr. Kaufman. With the defensive coordinating, helping Mr. Martinson over the booth. Thank you.